Lewis Hamilton's dream of teaming up with legendary designer Adrian Newey at Ferrari has just hit a major roadblock, and he's not happy about it. When Newey announced he was leaving Red Bull, it seemed like the perfect chance for Hamilton to finally work with someone he deeply admires. But now the latest talk around the paddock suggests that Newey has chosen Aston Martin instead, lured by Lawrence Stroll's big promises and hefty investment. This decision has left Hamilton seriously disappointed, crushing his hopes of a powerhouse partnership at Ferrari. Since Adrian Newey announced he was leaving Red Bull in May, several teams have been trying to get him on board. Ferrari seemed to be one of the most interesting prospects, as neither Newey nor Hamilton had worked there before. But it seems like Newey has made up his mind to join Aston Martin instead. This news is coming from several Italian media sources like Autosprint and Corriere dello Sport, who say the deal will be announced in September. Aston Martin's owner, Lawrence Stroll, seems to have won Newey over with big plans for the team and a huge investment. Stroll is reportedly planning to put in $1 billion into Aston Martin's facilities, and Newey is looking at a $100 million salary for 4 years. On top of that, Newey wanted to keep working with Honda, the engine manufacturer that helped Red Bull achieve so much success. He likes the idea of Honda being Aston Martin's exclusive supplier, making sure they're not just another customer team. Newey had previously said he'd like to work with Lewis Hamilton, but he has mentioned a desire to work with Fernando Alonso too. Alonso is signed with Aston Martin for 2025 and beyond, and while it's unclear how long he'll keep driving, having Newey on board could really motivate him. If these reports are true, Newey's move to Aston Martin will be a big blow for Hamilton, who praised him earlier in the season. At the Miami Grand Prix earlier this year, Hamilton said, "If I was to do a list of people I would love to work with, he would absolutely be at the top of it. Adrien has such a great history and track record. He has done an amazing job through his career, engaging with teams, the knowledge that he has. It would be a privilege to work with him." Adding insult to injury, Red Bull chief Helmut Marko has rubbed salt in Hamilton's wounds by highlighting that this is the second major setback for Ferrari in recent months. Earlier this summer, Ferrari suffered a key loss when their head of aerodynamics, Enrico Cardile, accepted an offer from Aston Martin and left the team immediately. When asked if Hamilton would be regretting his decision to swap silver for red, "I can't say," Marko told OE24. "That will be exciting. Ferrari has lost an important man in chassis boss Cardile," Marko continued. "Let's wait and see what happens with Adrian Newey. He has some top offers, including from England, and can decide where he goes." Aston Martin responded to the Newey update, issuing a coy statement which read, "The Aston Martin Aramco F1 team is a very appealing project with Lawrence Stroll's vision, a state-of-the-art new technology campus, and exciting partnerships with Aramco and Honda. Many high-profile individuals across all areas of the team are linked to the project, but we don't have anything to announce." Hamilton said his decision to leave Mercedes after 12 years and 6 world titles was one of the hardest decisions I have ever had to make, but that he was excited to be taking on a new challenge. The speculation around Hamilton's decision to leave Mercedes sparked intense debate among pundits and fans, with many weighing in on his reasons. Hamilton, who has always had a fascination with Ferrari, told Sport.d, "This is the best thing that could have happened to Formula One at the moment." Hamilton has lost faith in Mercedes. For the first 8 rounds of the season, it looked like Hamilton had made the right choice. Ferrari won 2 races, and after Charles Leclerc's victory at the Monaco Grand Prix, they were just 23 points behind Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship. However, things took a dramatic turn for the worse for Ferrari as the season progressed. Monaco wasn't just Ferrari's last win, it was arguably their last strong performance. Despite securing 2 podiums since then, the team struggled to keep up. Meanwhile, Mercedes introduced their new flexi-wing during the same weekend, which seemed to be the missing piece they needed. After Monaco, Mercedes went on a 6-race podium streak, winning 3 of those races. Mercedes' rapid development and on-track improvements have been remarkable. If both teams continue their current trajectories, Mercedes is on track to overtake Ferrari and secure 3rd place in the Constructors' Championship. Even George Russell, Hamilton's teammate right now, believes there is no way Hamilton would have left Mercedes if they were performing as well as they are now. He told Reuters, I don't think he would have left if the team was performing like this. No way he would have left, for sure not. For 2026, the PU's looking really strong, and everything we're doing with the fuels is looking great, and there's a lot of optimism for us over the next couple of years. As tough as these last few years have been, it really feels like we've got the momentum with us now. There could be some positive news for Hamilton though. Motorsport Italy reports that Ferrari may have found their replacement for Cardile. They are reportedly in talks with former Mercedes technical director Mike Elliot, who left the Silver Arrows last October. Elliot, who worked closely with Hamilton during their time at Mercedes and McLaren, has a track record of making significant contributions to his teams. Elliot's time at Mercedes was largely positive, but his tenure ended under less favorable circumstances. After taking over as technical director from James Allison in 2021, Elliot made some controversial development choices, most notably continuing the zero-pod design concept. This approach initially put Mercedes at a disadvantage when the ground effect era began in 2022. However, the team has recently started to close the gap with rivals Red Bull and McLaren. Despite his departure from Mercedes late last year, shortly after being moved to the Chief Technical Officer role, Elliot left on good terms with Hamilton and teammate George Russell. Reflecting on his relationship with Elliot, Hamilton shared, "I'm definitely sad to see Mike go. I have known him since my McLaren days. Before I raced for McLaren, he was there. I have had a great relationship with Mike. I've loved working with him within this team," Hamilton said at the time. "He's such an intelligent individual. He was someone I would always speak to on aerodynamics. He was amazing at explaining everything to me, so I learned a lot from him." However, Lawrence Stroll isn't stopping at poaching Adrian Newey and Enrico Cardile for Aston Martin. The ambitious Canadian businessman reportedly has his eyes on Max Verstappen as well, with contract negotiations already in motion. With Honda set to exclusively partner with Aston Martin starting in 2026, and both Newey and Dan Fallows committed to the project, it's easy to see why Verstappen might find this opportunity appealing. Verstappen's future has been a hot topic this season, as the three-time world champion is said to be frustrated with the ongoing Christian Horner saga and the team's lack of development compared to McLaren and Mercedes. Both McLaren and Mercedes have been vying for Verstappen's signature, with Toto Wolff pushing hard to bring him to Brackley as early as 2025, potentially as a replacement for the Ferrari-bound Lewis Hamilton. But if Mercedes isn't where Verstappen sees himself, could it be Aston Martin? Securing Newey, the mastermind behind Verstappen's title-winning Red Bull cars, would be a significant move for Stroll. It would also reunite Verstappen with former Red Bull aerohead Dan Fallows and keep him connected to Honda. The Japanese manufacturer, whose engines became the benchmark in 2021, just as the current engine freeze was introduced, will leave Red Bull's teams after 2025 to switch to an exclusive supply deal with Aston Martin. Verstappen enjoys a close relationship with Honda, and the prospect of continuing to race with their engines might be more enticing than the uncertain future of the Red Bull Powertrains project under the new regulations. For now, however, Verstappen remains a Red Bull driver. Earlier this summer, the Dutchman made it clear that a dip in performance wouldn't make him walk away from the program that has brought him 3 Drivers' Championship titles. So there you have it. Lewis Hamilton would surely be disappointed hearing rumors about Newey's potential move to Aston Martin instead of Ferrari. Lawrence Stroll and Aston Martin, on the other hand, are making big moves and might even be eyeing Max Verstappen. While nothing is confirmed yet, the F1 world is buzzing with speculation. What do you think will happen next season? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you liked this video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the latest F1 news.